team charged in what's being called a sophisticated transnational plot to steal money from seniors who thought they were helping their grandchildren.
$5 million. Again, fraud is a crime and not a character flaw. The blame belongs to the scammer and not the victim.
Very critical condition.
Oh my, that's so bad. Oh, poor dear.
Yes.
Oh.
That's why he was arrested.
Well, you're going to have to understand that most agencies don't do what the scammers are doing, like call you and threaten you that there's a problem that you have to address immediately that is a financial matter.
Welcome, eavesdroppers, to another episode of Conversations and Coffee, where we talk real life and tackle the issues that matter most. Are you ready for this topic? Did you read the screen below? Scams targeting seniors are on the rise, and they're not just annoying phone calls anymore. Scammers are stealing billions of dollars from seniors every single year. They're using fake emergencies. My mom and dad have told me about those. Romance tricks, even AI voices that sound like your grandkids. Every 11 seconds, just like on the screen, a senior is targeted by a scammer, and it could be your parent, your grandparent, or you, if you are the senior that's watching this. Scammers target seniors. You know why? Because they think they're vulnerable. They think that they are alone, and they think they're easy to trick. But not on Joy's watch. In this video, we will view scam cases and react in real time. So together, we can protect the people we love. But before we dive in, I want to say, I'm Dr. Joy, the host of Conversations and Coffee. And on this channel, we have conversations about trending topics that may affect you or someone you love. So hit subscribe, please hit subscribe, and share this conversation with another person or, like I said before, someone you love. Let's get into it.
The FBI busted a heartbreaking scheme that was targeting grandparents who would do anything for their grandchildren. This scam operated out of a call center in the Dominican Republic. Callers reportedly convinced unsuspecting senior citizens that a grandchild needed money right away. Investigators say this operation had local runners who were in the U.S. to collect the cash, and they used Ubers to get around. Uber's global security ultimately flagged the FBI.
Okay. These are some scammers that are in the Dominican Republic, meaning out of the U.S., and they're scamming seniors in the U.S., and they're using our own Uber drivers to help them with this. Wow.
Over 400 victims were swindled out of more than $5 million. To avoid those scams, the family says families are recommended to use some kind of code word over the phone. That's a way that you can know you're really speaking to your relatives if you ask for it. Also,
now that's a good idea to have some type of family code word so you will know specifically if you are talking to your grandchild or to your son or daughter, to just make sure that you are protected.
Also know that law enforcement will never ask for money over the phone, and also watch for warning signs with some of your older family members, like secrecy around phone calls or large cash withdrawals.
Wow. Imagine this. You're home late at night. The phone rings and someone says, "Grandma, I'm in trouble. Help me." What are you going to do? You are going to be like, "Oh my gosh, something has happened to my grandchild. I need to make sure that I can provide for them. More than likely, it's a scam. Most of us wouldn't even think when someone said, Grandma, I'm in trouble, or Grandpa, I'm in trouble. You're just going to react. That's why scammers win. This isn't just a scam. It is an emotional manipulation. And for seniors, doing this to seniors, that is cruel.
One suspect smiles while holding a pile of cash. The ringleader seen here relaxing in a pool on a boat. 13 charged in what's being called a sophisticated transnational plot to steal money from seniors who thought they were helping their grandchildren.
$5 million was scammed out of these 400 people. They were in California, New York, Florida, Massachusetts, Maryland.
Prosecutors say the scam was run out of this call center in the Dominican Republic. They say callers would read from these scripts, pretending to be a grandchild who was arrested or in an accident, and using lines like, please, I need help with my bail. I promise that I will make it up to you when I get out. I love you. Sometimes they knew their names.
Oftentimes they did know the names. They trolled the dark web and obtained names from there.
Prosecutors say another person would pretend to be a lawyer who needed money to pay fees. The accused criminals then sending unknowing Ubers to collect the cash.
Unwitting rideshare drivers were sent directly to victims' homes to pick up victims, bring them to the bank to withdraw funds, and deliver that money back to the accused.
Uber's security team tipped off the feds to the scam. The U.S. attorney calls it financially devastating and emotionally traumatizing for victims.
Some were too ashamed to tell their families what happened. Others never recovered from the loss. The stories are truly heartbreaking.
So from that one, you saw that 13 people, they built a criminal empire out of pretending to be family. This wasn't one scammer. It wasn't two scammers. It was an organized ring stealing millions from seniors. The woman even sold her house thinking she was helping her grandson. Like I told my mom, okay, she got one of these frantic calls before, and she was frantic. She started asking questions on the phone to the scammer. And then they started asking her for money. And then she's like, oh no, I know my daughter Joy, which is me, being the oldest. No, I know I can't send you money and not tell her what's happening. So I have to call my daughter. Please, seniors, call your daughter, your son, whoever, to verify this is happening. And more than likely, if it is happening, these parents, they already know, and they're handling it themselves. They're not coming to you to handle the whole situation. They may come to you later, and everybody's going to pull together and figure out how to help if it is something that's real. But if it's not anything real, they are not doing any of that. I guess I can say the scammer is waiting on you to react faster than actually calling someone to verify that what you've just heard on that phone is a scam. And I do want to say this. What makes it worse is that when these things happen, many people don't tell anybody because they feel ashamed. They feel like it is their fault. But let me say this clearly. Fraud is a crime, not a character flaw. Again, fraud is a crime and not a character flaw. The blame belongs to the scammer and not the victim. We should keep an eye on our family members at all times, whether they live with us or whether they don't. If you notice, this is happening all over. Seniors are losing so much money. What they're doing, it's really getting bad. They used to use letters and phone calls, but now they can use text messaging, they can use social media, They can use AI deep fakes. Yes, scammers can mimic your grandchild's voice. That's how advanced this has become. It's not the old time where they just answer the phone. And I know that for the older adults, most times they are going to answer that phone. They still have their landline phone. They will answer that. You will get phone calls. As a matter of fact, on my own phone on yesterday, I'm sitting here at work and notice that I get a phone call. I didn't answer because I didn't notice the phone. I sent it straight to voicemail. They're getting so advanced that on the voicemail, on an Apple phone, it will type out your voicemail. It typed out the voicemail stating that they needed to get in contact with me to approve a pre-authorized MacBook Pro. So obviously they know I have Apple products, a MacBook Pro, and they wanted to authorize that over the phone. Now, once I saw it come across, I did not pick up the phone. I let it go through voicemail. Then I pressed play to hear the voicemail. Do you know what I heard? I heard music. Only music. They didn't type the voice, they have typed the message in and not using their voice. And all I heard on the voicemail was music. And I deleted. What I will tell you is this. If you're getting those phone calls, if you are a senior, do not engage these people. I called my mom right away. I told her, Mom, hey, I just got this phone call. When I get these scams, I don't keep that information to myself. I'm not a gatekeeper. I share information. So I shared that information with my mom. I was like, so if someone calls you and they want to pre-authorize something, don't get on the phone and argue with those people. Don't get on the phone and say, well, how this and how that. You know what? All they're doing is sitting on the phone getting information from you over and over again until you slip, because that's what they're waiting on. They're waiting on you to slip and say something. Or as I, continue to think about it, I'm like, well, the more you talk, they may be getting data from just that conversation that you're having with them on the phone. So what I tell people, if you get those phone calls and they start saying something about pre-authorization, if you've never pre-authorized, like I've never pre-authorized anything on the phone, never. Now I have been called and say, this person, they're trying to make a purchase for a lump sum, $5,000. I've had that before. $5,000 at Lowe's, of all places, which you make big purchases at Lowe's. Did you approve this? And I quickly say no. Now, and then after I say no, and it's usually a text message, or if you don't respond to the text message, the actual company will call and ask you that question. The answer is no. Then once you say no, then they say, thank you very much. We will handle it from here. Okay. If you say no and they continue to ask you more questions, that's probably a scam. If you say no, hang up the phone and call the company to make sure that you are not giving out your information that you shouldn't be giving out. Okay? Don't make those mistakes. Please, seniors, don't make that mistake. Please, adult children, don't make that mistake. Please, grandchildren, don't make that mistake. If you're in any part of the family, please don't gatekeep this information. Tell someone about what is happening, because what they're doing now and what I see is we're not just fighting crooks anymore. We're not fighting crooks with phones anymore. We're fighting technology. And that technology is being twisted into weapons. And that's definitely something that we shouldn't have to do, but we need to be vigilant if it happens.
Adults are losing millions of dollars to scammers pretending to be from trusted government agencies. The FTC found reports of adults over 60 who say they lost $10,000 or more, increased by more than fourfold over the last 4 years.
Wow. We are joined by Kathy Stokes. She's the director of fraud prevention programs at AARP's Fraud Watch Network. Good morning so much. Thank you so much for being here, Kathy.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And we have a two-pronged question to start off. First of all, Kathy, what agencies are these scammers pretending to be with? And secondly, how can someone tell the difference from a real issue?
Well, you kind of have to understand that most agencies don't do what the scammers are doing, like call you and threaten you that there's a problem that you have to address immediately that is a financial matter. It could be the Internal Revenue Service. It could be Social Security. It could be Medicare. It could be the Federal Trade Commission. It could be the Federal Communications Commission. It just goes on. And it's not just the federal agencies. You'll see examples of state and local police being impersonated, judges, sheriffs. They'll take any opportunity to try to get you to believe something that isn't true so that you'll act quickly and they'll steal your money.
That is exactly correct. They will take any opportunity. I tell my mom that all the time because she wants to know information. She likes to know information. She likes to dig in more like, okay, well, what do you need this for? And who did you say calling? And why do I need to pay this? Or Mom, no. Like I said before, don't engage. Seniors don't engage. I tell my mom that now. She doesn't engage anymore because after she really got scared from them saying that my son had gotten in an accident, and she really started to think like, let me just call my daughter about this, because why am I talking to this person? Let me just call my daughter, because my daughter would have called me to tell me that my grandchild is hurt. So why am I talking to this person? So again, seniors, don't engage with these people. Just hang up the phone. The more you hang up the phone, I'm not going to say that they won't call you, but they will continue. You may need to get something on your phone. If you have AT&T, they have something that's called Active Armor. You can put that on your phone and they will alert you when it is a fraud or a scam alert. And then you block those numbers. I have 121 numbers blocked right now. And it's going to continue to grow and to grow and to grow. So Active Armor is from AT&T. So if you are with them, ask about Active Armor. If you are with another company for your phone, ask them what type of service that they may have to block scammers.
I've even had a fire department, quote unquote, contact. Yeah, you just never really know. So what kind of lies are these scammers often telling?
One of the big ones right now is a bank impersonation scheme where you're being told it'll show up on your phone as your bank. And they'll say they're with the fraud investigations team and your account is actively being hacked. And of course, you get very nervous and excited and worried about that. And then they say, but it's okay. We're going to get you in touch with the FBI.
Okay. If that happens, what are you going to do, seniors? I've been saying it this whole time. Hang up and call your actual bank. And especially if they start talking about the FBI. Like, really? No. Okay. Hang up and call your actual bank. And they may say, oh, no. If you are worried about if we're going to scam you, this is the number to call. Don't call it, please. Don't call it. Because that is another scam number that they're getting you to call. You know your local bank number. If you don't, Google it. Okay, do not trust the word of these scammers.
They bring in someone who says they're from the FBI, may even be an actual agent's name, and tell you that, okay, now all your information is being used in a crime, and you're going to have to work with us and we're going to have to take that money out of your account for safekeeping.
Oh, now they say the FBI is involved. What do you do, seniors? Either hang up the phone or call the local police station and ask them about this. Your local police station would start to ask questions. They're going to know. Some places even have a local FBI office.
Oh,
And
wow.
that safekeeping can be converting it into gold bars. It could be cashing everything out and having somebody pick all that money up from your home. It could be sending you to what are called crypto ATM machines that kind of look like regular ATM machines. However, it's where you put dollars in and it converts to a cryptocurrency, and then you send it to the agency, and it's really a scammer.
And you will never see that money again. You will never see it again.
Yeah, Kathy, the AARP Fraud Watch Network has some good resources to help consumers spot and, of course, avoid these scams. Can you tell us about those?
Yeah, we have a lot at aarp.org/fraudwatch network. One of the things there is you can sign up for a bi-weekly, what we call watchdog alert by email or text. And that can be your sort of nudge. Read it, whatever you learned about it, now share it with someone. If you're worried about your mom and dad, have a conversation with them every other week that's about scams. We have to normalize having the conversation, because we also have to understand that it's not just older adults, it's all of us. But when the older adult is the victim, the losses are so much more profound.
Yes, they are. The losses are so much profound because they really, scammers really hone in on your emotions. And as a senior, you're older, you're wanting to help your family. You don't want anything to happen to your family. So you are going to be that person who will give quicker because you feel like you need to solve the problem. But what I say to you is don't do that. You know, even if you have to hang up the phone and think for a moment, hang up the phone and think. If you have to hang up the phone and call the appropriate person that they say they are, you do not trust their word. Emails, same thing. Don't click on an email that says they're getting ready to take your money or click this. My husband told me a trick for that one, which I have shared with my mom and my dad, is that when you get an email like that, up where it says the 2, click the little down arrow from the 2. And if it says, now if this is from Chase Bank, they says this is Chase Bank and all of this stuff, and you need to click here to resolve this problem. If you click on that little arrow where it has 2, if it's really from Chase Bank, even though Chase Bank would not do this, I would still call the actual bank. But if it's really from the person that it says it is actually going to give Chase Bank's link, okay, or email address, okay? It is not going to give Superman 1999697.com. Okay. I've actually had an email that came from, and I've had a lot of scams from Lowe's. So I actually had an email to say this was Lowe's and they're trying to inquire about my bill, and that my bill was late, and that because it was late, now I have all of these late fees. Now I know better than that, because hey, that's not Joy. She's not late on her bills. So that I automatically knew that was a scam. And when I was telling my husband about it, he was like, just click on that little 2. I clicked on it. It didn't say Superman 195999, but it said some weird name.com. And I was like, OMG, these people will do anything. And sometimes it may have the actual email address from the actual place. So say it's Lowe's. Lowe's is spelled Lowes. It may have Lowess. And you don't really notice because you just look at it one time. www.lowess.com. And you click it. And you're like, oh, this is from Lowe's. No, it's not. It had an extra S. Please be vigilant, seniors, when these things happen.
So go in with the conversation of we need to help protect each other, and then have the conversations regularly.
And, I know there's this idea, and it's a misconception, that these victims are naive or that they've done something wrong. And that's not true at all. And you guys have a campaign to let people know that.
Yes, absolutely. We've been working on what we call the narrative change campaign to help people understand that scams are a crime and they're perpetrated by criminals, lately transnational, organized, sophisticated criminals. And that when a victim suffers this crime, they deserve the same respect and dignity given to them. Sometimes they can't even file a police report because the police officer they talk to may not understand that it actually is a crime. And so we're trying to help people say, don't say that this older woman got duped. Say a criminal stole all her money, and sort of put it into that frame. And you can learn more at a consumer page, AARP.org/say this.
Perfect. Kathy, thank you so much for being with us. All such great information.
Yes, very good information to share. And that is definitely how we fight back. We slow down, we hang up, we call back a known number. We never pay with gift cards. Did you all know that now Publix, when you go in and buy a gift card, they ask you why you do you know the person that you're buying this gift card for? And I asked the question because I buy a lot of gift cards, and I was like, well, why? Why do you need to know where I'm spending, who I'm giving my money to? And they said because of scams for seniors. They want to make sure that a senior is not being taken advantage of. They want to make sure that the person you're buying the gift card for, you actually know. I understand the stopping and asking, especially if it's an older person, asking them that question. Yeah, it may stop a crime from happening. You never pay in a gift card. You never do a wire transfer or crypto. If it feels urgent, that is your cue to pause, because guess what? Scammers, they thrive on panic. Now, this last video that I want to show you, it is going to give you some inspiration and some humor, because these couple videos that we've seen, it was just eye-opening and really, I don't want to say horrific, but it is making you be aware of what is going on. So this one should make you laugh. And it is about a 92-year-old lady named Booma. So let's take a look at this.
Yeah, but you know what? I can't help it because do you believe in God? Do you believe in God? I think I'm going to get raptured, Did you ever hear of the rapture? Oh, I know. Well, so I don't need all that stuff. Jesus is coming back soon. And he's going to take me up in the clouds. Are you ready? Are you ready to go? Are you?
This is too funny. She's turning on the scam caller people. She's in. Oh, goodness. Jesus is coming soon. Are you ready to go? The rapture is going to take her up. Is it going to take you up too? Oh, goodness.
I get a senior. I get a senior discount. So can you give it cheaper to me?
No.
Oh, well, I'm sorry you wasted all this time.
No.
No? Oh. 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 So now, no.
I believe somehow like you're wasting my time. You're kidding with me, right?
Oh, the scammer don't know what to do. She done turned the table. He said, "You wasted my time."
Why would I do that? I'm not kidding with you.
I'm kidding. I guess you're all.
I get you're kidding with me, right?
You're kidding with me. That's what I'm saying.
Why would I do that?
Because you have your time card and like you're wasting my time. You're kidding with me.
What? I didn't call you. You called me.
I called you and you're kidding with me.
No.
Yes.
Why do you think? Huh?
Wow.
And the other vehicle, there was a lady injured and rushed to the hospital in very critical condition.
Oh my, that's so bad. Oh, poor dear. Oh.
This party was arrested.
Oh my God. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do, lady?
Well, he's supposed to be able to get released, ma'am. Are you able to help him with that?
Oh, I don't know. I'm a widow lady. I don't have much money, but I have a little bit.
How much are you able to help him with?
Well, I think my Social Security, I just think I got that, but after I have everything paid, I only have like $400.
$400?
Yeah. Huh?
Well, that you can only help him with $400.
Because I have to pay my rent and the groceries.
We understand that.
And I'm a widow lady, you know?
I understand, ma'am, that you're a widow, but that's not going to help.
Oh, well, what's going to happen to him then?
Well, he's going to get remanded to the county jail and...
Oh, no. Can you guys help me? Hello? Hello, lady?
Oh my. She got them back. But did you hear that last call? That could have been real. That could have been a senior that's really going through it. I am so glad she did that or got someone on the phone to actually do that, because you saw how that played out. But that right there, it really made you smile. And sometimes resilience looks like humor. And that is exactly who Boomer, which is 92 years old, what she decided to do. Turn the table because she was tired of scammers. She trolled them with jokes and about the coupons, about the rapture until they hung up. I love this because it shows that seniors aren't helpless. They are fighters. So what I want to leave you with today is seniors are targeted because scammers think that they are alone. But when we talk about it, when we share these type of stories, and when we support each other, we take their power away. Boomer took their power away. So what I want you to do is share this video with your parents, your grandparents, your neighbors, because together we protect what matters most, and that's our people, our dignity, and our peace of mind. So I'm Dr. Joy from Conversations in Coffee. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.